So the money was coming in, and that was really sweet.
Yeah.
But you ended up in the hospital.
Yeah. Chest pains. I mean, and it was, I think it was the year I made 1.6 million, and that was the most miserable year of my life. And I was just done after that, and the money just didn't mean anything if I wasn't going to be around, you know.
Right. All right, everyone. Welcome back to my next video. Today we're meeting Larry. Hi, Larry.
Hi, how you doing?
And you're in this beautiful camper and truck.
Yeah.
It's nice. And so are you full-time on the road?
I have two different RVs. So I have a fifth wheel that's in Prescott that's kind of like my home base. And then I'm in this probably at least half the time, not a little bit more. And this is just, I just love getting out into the forest and camping in this thing. So it's just a lot easier to tow around than a 40-foot fifth wheel, you know.
You bet it is. So you're a boondocker?
Yes. I prefer to get as far away from everybody as I can.
Yeah.
About 3.5 years or so I've been doing it.
And what made you decide to do that?
Well, I was running, well, I had the life of my dreams that I thought I wanted, and in the house and all the toys and all that stuff. And I was running a couple businesses, and I was just working 7 days a week, all the way up from 5 o'clock in the morning till 11 at night. And I just ended up in the hospital with chest pains. And I was like, life's too short for all this, you know? So yeah. I sold everything and paid off all my bills. So I just have, like I said, this and then a fifth wheel. And I dropped my bills so low that I only have to work a couple months out of the year, and then I just coast all the rest of the months.
That is really, really good. And so you're still young, so you're not on Social Security. How are you supporting yourself?
Well, I still have one of my businesses. I'm a general contractor, so I can kind of pick and choose when I want to work. I know I do mostly commercial, so I have a couple of commercial businesses that are well aware of my situation, and when I need work, I call them up and see if they have anything going on, a bathroom remodel or something, and I go and do those, and once I get paid, I'm back on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
So before, you were a general contractor and you had lots of employees and a big business and big contracts.
Yeah.
And no more of that.
Yeah, it was just too much. Too stressful, and I was also running like a junk hauling business on the side as well. And that was a whole nother crew of guys that I had to keep up with, and it just got to be too much.
So the money was coming in, and that was really sweet.
Yeah.
But you ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, chest pains. I mean, and I think it was the year I made the most I've ever made in 1 year, and it was like 1.6 million, and that was the most miserable year of my life. And I was just done after that, and the money just didn't mean anything if I wasn't going to be around, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell you, over my life, I've known a lot of guys in the trades. And they all say that. They want to grow, they want to get big, and then the headache of that getting big and the money pouring in just kills them.
Yeah.
So you just got sick of the rat race and said no more.
Yeah.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Okay. Is it okay if we take a look inside?
Oh, yeah, of course.
See your setup?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Come on in.
So you paid $2,500 for the camper because it was such a mess. And what year is it? Do you have any information on it?
I don't know a whole lot about it. It's a 1992 Texan.
Well, let's take a look inside.
All right.
So you said it was a real mess. Did you just strip it down to the walls, or?
All right. So yeah, I ended up going in and I stripped everything out as much as I could. The cabinets were still left in place, so I just painted those. And then the walls were pretty bad. There's a lot of cracks and stains and ripped off wallpaper. So I just covered it with the spray-on texture, and then I painted everything. And it hit it pretty well.
It looks really good.
Thank you. And I ended up kind of keeping the same layout of everything. I didn't want to have to rebuild cabinets. So the only difference is I put 5/8 inch plywood for the countertop and just did the epoxy coating on there because the other one was so weathered and damaged it was peeling up. But still basically the same layout as when I bought it.
Very practical layout. You got quite a bit of counter space.
Yeah, it works out pretty good. Plug outlet's in the perfect spot and sink. I like it. I'm half tempted to take this down. It's kind of in the way, but it's nice to have a TV every once in a while.
Yeah.
And then I have my microwave up here, and that just runs off of solar. And then this is basically all my pots and my dishes and plates and stuff like that. And then on all my cabinets, since it's truck camper, it's always crooked. I put all these little magnets on to keep them held open.
Right.
Just because they kept wanting to fall shut. Yeah, and then just to stick on backsplash here, which has been holding up, surprising in the Arizona heat. I thought it was going to peel right off, but it seems to be doing pretty good. Ended up putting a diesel heater in and a rich solar setup. So I have 400 watts of solar up on the roof and 200 amp hours of lithium batteries kind of tucked away under this cabinet here behind you. And then this fridge, the fridge that was in here was a lot bigger, and it did not work at all. It just froze everything. So I took it all out, and then I just slid this dorm fridge in and put little latches on there. Whoops. To to help keep the doors shut. And then I just filled in the gap up here with a radio and painted everything to kind of match. And
it looks really good.
Yeah, it blends right in. And then the last part of the kitchen is this box, which is all my stuff that I use for cooking over the fire. I have little, cast iron stuff in there, and fire pokers and grill grates and all that. Just keeps it in there instead of getting the whole camper dirty.
And then, of course, your bed's up front.
Yeah, the bed, I'm pretty sure it's like a full-size bed, and it's pretty comfortable. Not a whole lot going on up there other than I just have some extra blankets and my fishing tackle, and that's Mason's little spot right there. This is Mason. And yeah, that's pretty well it. I do have it, other than the front curtains, all the other curtains will shut down and completely black out in here, so I can just sleep during the day and not have to worry about any daylight coming in. Right. Or if I'm camping out in the middle of the woods at night too, nobody usually can even tell that I'm in here camping because it just looks all completely blacked out.
So one of the most important things in a truck camper, especially a big truck camper, is the truck, having plenty of trucks. So tell us a little bit about the truck.
It's a 2019 GMC Denali with the Duramax diesel engine, 4-wheel drive, dually, and I love it. But yeah, it was one of the last big purchases I made, and that's once I paid it off, I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm taking this truck to the dump in 30 years is my hope. I'm not getting anything else. But yeah, it runs great. Just a little under 100,000 miles on it now, and barely even noticed the camper on the back.
Right, yeah, these Duramaxes are amazing engines.
Oh yeah.
I think they're the best, and the Allison is certainly the best.
Oh yeah, I haven't had any problems with it so far.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And that came with the business. You had it with the business, and so you just kept it.
Yeah.
Right, good. Yeah. And so it makes a lot of good sense that to just add the camper and go.
Yeah. Yeah, and in fact, I started with the 40-foot fifth wheel thinking that that's how I was going to go boondocking, was in that. And then after taking it out once, I realized that wasn't going to work. And I already had it, so I just kept it. And then I bought this truck camper, which was the cheapest one I found on Facebook Marketplace for $2,500, and not a single thing worked on it. Leaked, it was moldy. I mean, it was a disaster. And then since then, I've just completely remodeled the whole thing. Other than the outside, it still looks kind of original on the outside, but
yeah. But that's not what counts.
Yeah.
It's the inside.
I don't want
people
counts. Knowing how nice the inside is.
Yeah. Actually, that's really true.
Yeah. And then right here, this is, I don't have any like drawers or anything like this, so this is kind of everything that I would throw in my drawers.
All right.
Just silverware and scratch pads and stuff like that. And then this is the dinette. It actually does fold out into a pretty decent sized bed. I think it's also a full size bed, but the table that was in here was just massive. It took up the whole thing, and I never was able to use it. So I just ended up kind of doing the same thing as the countertop and just moved the hardware on this side to have it offset. That way I can turn it. It's like sit behind it as a desk. I could even turn it this way and have somebody in there like a camping chair on one side and sit 4 people around the table. And
nice.
Works out pretty good. Over here I just have my closet. Since I'm back and forth between multiple RVs, I don't usually keep a whole lot in anything. I just always live out of a duffel bag and that little personal bag and a couple hang-up clothes, and that's it. And then this cabinet right here used to go straight down, and it was just kind of a waste of space. So I pulled out, there was an old heater in there, the old propane heater. I pulled that all out and then boxed this all in. And then everything is behind there. My diesel heater, the power inverter, the batteries, and then this is the control panel up here and my own one and only heat vent for the diesel heater, but it's more than enough to heat up the whole thing.
Oh yeah, they work really well.
And then master shut-off switch, and these I've been working on getting them to go to the radio and the water pump and all those kind of things. This is kind of all the storage I have. I don't have a whole lot in this thing, but it works for me. I just have like my food in that one, and then a bunch of just campfire starting stuff and just everything else. Kind of the junk cabinets are up in there. Same thing on this one. It's kind of just junk piled in there.
Right.
Got my fishing pole up here. Kind of stays out of the way other than it hits the cabinets, but at least I don't hit my head on it, and I can carry it with me all the time just in case. The bathroom used to have a sink and then a shower hanging off the wall, and you can still kind of see where the shower curtain rails are up there, and then the shower pan is still below. But I couldn't fit in there to use the shower, so I just took it all out, took the sink out. Now it's more of like a gear closet to hang everything in with a toilet, and that's just what works for me. You know, I have an outside shower if I ever need a shower, and then that way, yeah.
And so do you use the toilet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you use the black and the gray tanks.
Yeah.
But you just don't take a shower and you use the outside shower.
Right. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably sponge baths and things like that.
Yeah, depending on the weather, if it's cold, I'll do that, just sponge bath or whatever. Or also, I'll just plan it to where every week or so I'll make it back to my fifth wheel, and then I can shower and have a washer and dryer in there, and just kind of reset and get back out on the road and go exploring.
That's the nice thing about having a home base.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, you especially Prescott's very centrally located, so
yeah,
just a quick drive and you're home.
Oh yeah, usually no more than a couple hours away from it, so
Right.
It works out pretty good. I don't really leave the state a whole lot. I have the ability to, I just don't usually have a reason to. I just love Arizona so much, and
Right.
I moved here from Missouri, and this was just my favorite state, so I've been here and just exploring every bit of it. And every time I'm out exploring, I just keep finding more stuff to explore, and no reason to leave.
Right, I know exactly what you mean.
And I replaced the air conditioner with a brand new one, but other than that, that's about it.
And 400 watts, so that you can't run the air conditioner off solar. Do you have the generator you carry?
Yeah, I usually have a rear carrying thing on the trailer hitch, and then I carry my generator back there.
Yeah.
And I just left it back at camp. But yeah, that's how I usually run the air conditioner. But the solar will run the fridge. I just leave it on 24/7. Even if I take the camper off and put it in my storage or something, I just leave the fridge on all the time. That way I don't have to worry about it. And never have a problem unless it's cloudy for a couple of days.
Right. That's always a problem for all of us.
Yeah, right.
So tell us again, you have a YouTube channel, and so people can go and check you out there.
It's called Work Less, Enjoy Life More. Go figure on the name, you know.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I love the name.
Yeah, and I just do camping videos, and it's not really like tutorials on how I live, but I mean, people are well aware on there how I do it, and just go out and do camping videos and solo overnights most of the time. Recently, I've been doing some collaborations with some other channels, and yeah, just enjoying the night, doing a little cast iron cooking and exploring. I have a little geo tracker I tow behind me sometimes and do some off-road trips and a little bit of everything. Usually have my dog with me, Mason. He's really honestly the star of the show.
Always.
But yeah, just me and him out exploring Arizona.
Yeah. Well, Larry, thank you so much for sharing your truck and camper with us. You've done an amazing job, and boy, you spent not much money on it too. That's really amazing.
Yeah, surprisingly. I go and look at newer ones that are 10 years newer that are stock, and they cost more than what I've put into this one, and I think this one's better because it's already fixed up. So I mean, I have no complaints. I'll plan on keeping this until it just falls apart as well. I don't care how old it gets.
Right. It's
just perfect size for me. Yeah.
That's all that counts.
Yeah.
So folks, hope you got something out of this video, and I know you did. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.